Have you ever asked yourself, what kind of investor am I? Maybe you've tried buying a stock, maybe you dabble in crypto, or maybe you've been saving in an index fund without really knowing why. And yet, deep down, you're still wondering, am I doing this the right way? Am I even the kind of person who invests like this? Today, I'll walk you through the 4 main types of investors, explained as if they belong to 4 different houses inside a magical castle of money. And quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing in this video is financial advice. Think of this as a mirror to reflect your personality, not a playbook to follow. Let's start with the adventurer. This is the instinctive risk-taker, the one who drives on excitement and loves the thrill of the unknown. If you're an adventurer, you probably see opportunity where others see danger. You're the kind of person who might jump into cryptocurrencies, tech startups, or small cap stocks, just because you sense potential. You're willing to invest in companies that don't even have profits yet, because you believe in their vision, their founder, or their product. Personality-wise, you're bold, passionate, and sometimes impulsive. You don't mind volatility, and you might even enjoy it. When your gut tells you, go for it, you listen. The upside, you can catch explosive returns before the crowd. Think of the early investors in Tesla, Amazon, or Bitcoin. They had the courage to believe before the rest of the world did. The downside is, gut feelings don't always work out. For every Amazon, there are dozens of companies that disappear. That's why adventurers must learn discipline, setting limits, managing position sizes, and never risking more than they can afford to lose. So, if you see yourself here, if you're drawn to fast-moving markets and new frontiers, you might belong to the house of adventurers. Next is the analyst. If the adventurer trusts instinct, the analyst trusts numbers. This is the investor who studies charts, indicators, financial statements, and economic trends. You might spend evenings with spreadsheets open, testing strategies, backtesting ideas, or fine-tuning your entry and exit points. Your personality is careful, logical, maybe even perfectionist. You rarely act on rumors, you want evidence, but your biggest challenge is overthinking. Analysts sometimes wait for the perfect signal and miss the opportunity altogether. If you enjoy structure, strategy, and logic, and you'd rather trust data than instinct, you may belong to the house of analysts. Then we have the builder, the patient long-term investor. Builders believe that wealth is not built overnight. It's built over years, even decades, with consistency and discipline. If you're a builder, you're drawn to index funds like the S&P 500, blue-chip dividend stocks, ETFs, and retirement accounts. Your personality is calm, steady, and loyal to your plan. You don't panic when the market drops. You might even smile and buy the dip. You're the type who invests regularly, month after month, trusting the power of compounding. The strength of a builder is resilience. While others chase trends, you focus on the big picture. Over the long run, your wealth often grows steadily, quietly, and effectively. The challenge? Patience. Builders sometimes feel boring compared to the adventurers or analysts, but remember this, boring often wins. In fact, many studies show that passive index investors often outperform active traders in the long run. If you value stability, patience, and the idea of your money growing quietly in the background, you probably belong to the house of builders. And finally, we come to the strategists, the ambitious visionary. Strategists don't just want to participate in the market, they want to shape it. They see patterns, they anticipate the future, and they move boldly into opportunities that others are too cautious to touch. This investor is thrown to venture capital, private equity, real estate development, or emerging sectors like artificial intelligence. They might not trade every day, but when they act, it's decisive. Your strength is vision. You can spot opportunities others overlook. But your weakness is overconfidence. Betting too heavily on a bold idea can be dangerous if it doesn't work out. If you're ambitious, if you think long-term but play aggressively, then you may belong to the house of strategists. Those are the 4 houses of investors: the adventurer, the analyst, the builder, and the strategist. Each reflects not just a strategy, but a personality. But here's the truth. You don't have to belong to only one. Many people are a mix. Maybe you're mostly a builder with a bit of adventurer in your heart. Maybe you started as an analyst and grew into a strategist. Your personality evolves and so will your style. The point is not to lock yourself into a box, it's to understand yourself better. Once you know your natural tendencies, you can lean into your strengths, protect against your weaknesses, and invest with more clarity. So tell me, which house do you belong to? Drop it in the comments and let's see how many adventurers, analysts, builders, and strategists we have here. Have a good day, and always keep learning.